Okay. Hey. Welcome back to my channel. So today, gonna be completely honest with you. I was not wearing this 15 minutes ago, and I did not have any speck of makeup on my face. But the thing about it is, you cannot see, but I'm sitting cross-legged like this, like a distinguished lady. I am procrastinating learning the first half of a hip-hop combo thing that I have due on Friday, and we're supposed to learn the first half Tuesday, the second half Thursday, and then film it and submit it by Friday. And it is the first week I have one due this quarter, but I took a hip hop class by the same teacher last quarter, and I think like maybe 1 or 2 of the weeks I actually started on Tuesday, but besides that, I definitely always just did the whole thing on Thursday, and I guess that's what's happening again. But I was watching YouTube earlier. What else is new? Like, what else would I be doing? I had class. Okay, I've been doing something, like, you know, I'm not just sitting around all day. But I was watching YouTube, like, while I was eating and stuff and procrastinating, and I was like, it's been like 2 weeks since I made my first video, and don't get me wrong, I have not been neglecting. I have been wanting to film something else literally ever since then. I just have like 0 ideas, head empty, no thoughts. So yeah, that's been my issue. But I was watching Mark Ferris. Ooh, spinning. I was watching Mark Ferris earlier, and I realized he's kind of just doing whatever the frick he wants. Like, he's in his apartment by himself, you know, having a silly time. So I was like, I can do that too. Okay, I guess I have to have I had my legs crisscrossed. I put them crisscross in the chair, and as soon as I did that, I just start turning. Yep. Bye, everyone. Tune in next time. So, feet down, I guess. Anyways, and I was like, you know what? He looks like he's having a grand old time, and I want to have a grand old time, so decided to film today. He was talking about like those people who over quarantine have gotten like super motivated and, you know, like started following their dreams and being really successful and like doing more than they would have done before the pandemic. And he was like, I feel like I always talk about the people like me who kind of got lazy or unmotivated, but if you're one of those people who got super motivated and is doing really well, you know, good for you too. Like, you should be able to talk about that and everything. And it made me kind of think, like, I've been thinking about this recently, and I do not want to be shady whatsoever, but obviously will be a little biased because I fall on one side of the spectrum, which is lost all motivation, kind of get stuck wallowing in self-pity and loneliness. And whenever I see people who during the pandemic or quarantine have like done amazing, I'm like, that's awesome, that's great for them. I think some people thrive when they're just like left alone with their thoughts to kind of figure out what they want to do. But me, when I'm left alone with my thoughts, not productive, let's just say. And I thrive a lot being surrounded by people and, you know, doing things in groups, studying, doing homework, whatever. Like, having a grand old time. And it got me thinking, like, I feel like there are so many people like me who have no motivation anymore, who are literally just trying your best to like get through the day and survive and, you know, just keep trucking on forward, who feel like that's not enough. Because you're sitting here, you know, watching all these amazing people like thrive, and you think, well, why don't I feel the same? Like, why don't I have that motivation to do what I've always been wanting to do? Or, you know, like turn a new page and take this time to, you know, like just do everything I've ever dreamed of, or, you know, get a bunch of shit done. And I do that too. I like look around at people who have genuinely really like taken the pandemic and the quarantine and like spun it to be a good thing for them because it allows them to be productive. And I feel like shit about myself sometimes. And then I realize, like, obviously everybody's different, and something like this hasn't happened for a very long time. It's never happened to my generation. And there is no right or wrong way to deal with it. I think, you know, like as long as you're like taking care of yourself to the best of your ability, like whatever that means for you, I think you're doing amazing. Like for me, quarantine has given me the opportunity to like focus on my mental health and like go back to therapy for the first time in like 4 years, even though I've needed it long before now, and started taking better care of my skin, you know, trying to get rid of my acne, trying to feel more secure in my body. But that's all personal, and that's all stuff that I'm just doing kind of internally on my own. It's not like a huge part of my life that I'm changing during this time. And for me, that's great. I'm happy that I'm just making sure that I'm okay, is what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm proud of myself for acknowledging how I'm feeling and what is best for me. And even though I do compare myself to those people sometimes, I realize that no person is the same. No two people think the exact same. No two people are going to deal with a major situation like this the same way. And that's perfectly fine. And I think as long as everyone is supporting everyone else and, you know, not bringing someone down because they're not dealing with it how you are, or they don't think the same way about it as you are, then like we should all be okay. And it's really hard, you know, to try and imagine what it's like to like think the other way, I feel like sometimes. But I think for me, it's just like, if someone has the opportunity to do something they've been wanting to do for so long and is being super productive during the pandemic and during quarantine, that's amazing for them. But also, if you're having a hard time, that's completely valid. There's like no rule book on how you're supposed to feel during a literal pandemic. Like, it's crazy how, and on top of that, not just the pandemic, but, you know, like social justice movements, and in America, if you're in America, all of the insanity that's been happening with the election and all of that, which I'm not even gonna get into. But it's okay to be lazy sometimes. It's okay to feel unmotivated. But I think as long as you do what you feel like is best for you, My dog is barking. I hope you can't hear that. That's Bella. Hey, Queen. As long as you're doing what's best for you, you're doing amazing.
Kim, you're doing amazing, sweetie.
Push this knee out.
Yeah, I've been rambling, but I just wanted to say that. And yeah, last time I filmed a video, I literally edited out every single awkward pause or like that I said, and it took me, guys, 2 hours to edit that video. And it took me 8 minutes to film it, and it ended up being 6 minutes, so there was 2 minutes of awkward pauses and ums. But in all fairness, it was my first video, and I had no idea what the fuck I was talking about. Parents don't, sorry, cussed, oh well. But yeah, so it might be a little rambly this time, because TBH, to be completely H with you, I just don't have the time or patience to stare at myself for that long and edit out all of that. And my audio was a little funky last time, so I'm gonna try and fix that too, but like I literally have no idea what I'm doing, so excuse me. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. If you watched this freaking 12 minutes of whatever the heck, then thank you. I love you. Most of the people who are like subscribed already are my besties anyway, so hey y'all. Hope you're doing amazing. And I love you all. And yeah, that's about it, pretty sure. So I hope y'all are having a wonderful day. And if you're not having a wonderful day, then that's totally fine. There's always another opportunity tomorrow to have one. So yeah, bye.